I looked at the press conference and I didn't like how he was just smiling in my face. He's overlooking me, or he thinking I'm like a piece of cake.
Canelo Alvarez is not one to shy away from a verbal jab, especially when it involves his family. Recently, Edgar Belanga took to social media, making accusations about Canelo's mother, claiming she has been profiting from her son while being a terrible mother figure. This comment deeply angered Canelo, who denies the allegations, can think that Berlanga is simply trying to stir up controversy to distract him before their fight, hoping it will affect his focus and performance. The showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Edgar Belanga is just 1 month away, set to take place on September 14th. It's a battle that carries the weight of national pride, pitting Mexico's beloved champion Canelo Alvarez against Puerto Rico's rising star Edgar Belanga in what promises to be an unforgettable Mexico versus Puerto Rico rivalry scheduled to fold at the iconic T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. It's a show that has fans counting down the days. Canelo Alvarez, with his unmatched record and reputation as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, enters the ring with the goal of adding another victory to his illustrious career. On the other side, Edgar Belanga is more than just a challenger. He represents the next generation of boxing talent. A victory over a legend like Canelo would catapult him into superstardom, making this bout a defining moment in his career. Berlanga promoter Eddie Hearn has been nothing short of impressed with the young fighter's performance, not only in the ring but also in the lead-up to the fight. Hearn has seen it all in the world of boxing, but even he admits that Berlanga trash talking at the recent press conferences has been something to behold. It's not just about hurling insults or trying to get under the opponent's skin. There's a strategy behind it, and Hearn knows it's crucial for Belanga to show he's the real deal both mentally and physically. What makes this situation even more intense is that Belanga has taken the trash talk to a whole new level, crossing lines that most fighters wouldn't dare approach. Just recently, he dragged Canelo Alvarez's mother into the verbal fretty and audacious move that has sent shockwaves through the boxing community. It's one thing to taunt your opponent, but involving family is a risky gamble, and Berlanga seemed to be betting big on this psychological warfare. It's a remarkably bold mood, especially when you consider who Berlanga is dealing with. Canelo Alvarez is not the type of fighter to let an insult slide, particularly one as personal as this. In a recent interview, Canelo made it crystal clear that while he's thick-skinned, when it comes to comments about his fighting style or even his character, there is one line that should never be crossed: insults directed at those he holds dear, especially his family. Yes, some might laugh it off and call Canelo a mama's boy, but in the world of boxing, where pride and honor are everything, these kinds of taunts are not easily forgiven. Canelo isn't the type to let this go as if it's just another pre-fight jab. The way he sees it, Berlanga has not just challenged him to a fight in the ring, but has also crossed a personal boundary that demands a response. You can make horrible comments about me or my fighting style, and I can take that, but there's one thing I will never let pass: when someone makes fun of or spreads unfounded claims about the people I love. That's where I draw the line. My family and loved ones are off limits, and I'll always defend them fiercely. Naturally, Eddie Hearn wasn't thrilled with how things had escalated. If it were up to him, he'd prefer to steer clear of the mommy trash talk entirely. Hearn understands that while it can be entertaining and build hype, it also has the potential to make the fight so bitter that there's no room for reconciliation afterward. Berlanga could easily be seen as someone who would still be grinding away in obscurity, fighting to climb the ranks if Canelo hadn't given him this chance. But Hearn doesn't want Berlanga to simply act like a humble recipient of this big payday. He wants him to exude confidence, to demonstrate that he's not just thankful for the shot, but that he's ready to take full advantage of it. Berlanga must project that he fits on this stage, and that he's not just here to participate but to win. Hearn is encouraging Edgar Belanga, his Matchroom-promoted fighter, to go all out against Canelo on September 14th. Hearn knows that for Berlanga this fight is more than just another bout, but it's a make-or-break moment. He wants Berlanga to bring everything he's got to turn this clash into an all-out war in hopes of pulling off a monumental upset. The stakes couldn't be higher. A victory would not only be a career-defining moment for Belanga but would also set the stage for a lucrative rematch, ensuring that both fighters and Hearn benefit from the buzz and financial rewards. But if Berlanga fails to secure the win, it might spell the end of his journey with Matchroom. Hearn is fully aware that without a victory he'll be forced to re-evaluate Berlanga's future. Within his stable of fighters, he'll have to decide whether Berlanga is still worth investing in, or if it's time to cut ties and move on. Leaving Berlanga is nothing more than dead weight on the Matchroom ship. This is a dire situation for Berlanga, to say the least. He's done the unthinkable, provoked a dragon that should have been left undisturbed. Crossing that line, Berlanga has put himself at a significant disadvantage. Canelo, already a formidable opponent, is now even more focused with a renewed intensity that means trouble for anyone in his path.
Don't get paid.
Berlanga loses this fight due to the anger he stirred in Canelo. It could be a disastrous setback for his boxing career. The real issue is that Berlanga hasn't performed well in 5 of his last 6 fights. It's becoming increasingly evident that he's not the powerhouse his former promoters at Top Rank made him out to be. By carefully matching him against weaker opponents, this fight could expose those vulnerabilities, leaving his career in a precarious position. Berlanga shined against the opponent's Top Rank, carefully selected for him, but his recent performances have been underwhelming, and he hasn't been facing top-tier competition. His last opponent, the 36-year-old Padre MCC, appeared more like a bottom-tier fighter with an inflated WBA ranking than a serious contender during the press conferences, with Canelo Berlanga playing the villain role to perfection, outacting his opponent and doing a great job of selling the fight. However, no amount of theatrical performance will secure him a victory unless he significantly elevates his game.
You just wanna make me laugh.
Shut the fuck up.
I wanna see that. I wanna see that.
Shut up.
I don't wanna shut up.
Not talk, shut up.
I don't wanna shut up.
Round using sheer power and relentless pressure. The idea is to make it a tough, rough fight for Canelo and not shy away from using all available tactics to secure victory. With so much at stake, Berlanga needs to fight with everything he's got. Hearn is essentially asking for a fierce, no-holds-barred approach when the fight takes place.
I'm buying down on my shit. I know you could punch. I know you could punch. I know you got a little hammer on you.
Canelo has repeatedly stated that he isn't scared by Berlanga, having faced numerous tough opponents throughout his career. He's not about to back down now during the press conference. Canelo remained compliant and confident, saying that he can handle Berlanga without issue. Typically, when a fighter displays such calmness and self-assurance before a press conference, it often signals a heated and intense match to come. Keep an eye out for the real fight, as it's likely to be as fiery as expected.
Fuck out of here, because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker.
So what do you think will happen in the upcoming fight between Canelo and Berlanga? Will Canelo continue his min-a and handle Berlanga with the same ease he has shown against previous opponents? Or could Berlanga defy expectations and give a surprising performance? Canelo's calm demeanor and confidence suggest he's ready for the task, but Berlanga's determination and aggressive tactics might turn the tide. Please let me know in the comments below.